You're active.
Alright. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. So very quickly, I want us to do something. Can you copy the link? I'm going to send the link now for this training. I want us to send it across to our friends and families. Let's do it very fast in the next 1 minute. I'm going to be sending the link right now so we can copy it. And send it to our friends and families. Alright, my name is Jeremiah Adeniji. I'm the personal assistant of King FTP, and today is the first day of our 4 weeks training, or 4 days training, sorry, 4 days training. And also, before we start again, I would like to know where we are streaming from. So please kindly type your name and where you are streaming from. Very quickly, type it, your name and where you are streaming from. Okay, I have Fatima Lawa from Lagos. Okay, I'm seeing Ibrahim from Ibadan. I'm seeing Kenya, Dominic from Kenya, you're welcome. Samuel from Asaba. Alright, as we are typing our names, let's also keep sharing the link to our friends and family. We have about 156 participants here at the moment. So we can get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000. Let's push it. Let's push it to 1,000. Adama Aliu from Abuja. Ebenezer from Tanzania. You're welcome. Yetmo from Cameroon. You're welcome. Asi from Uganda. Savraj from India. Nice. We have people also from Kampala watching. Rwanda. You're welcome. So let's share the link. Let's share the link. We have 170 people. Alright, we have 200 people already, so let's start. Alright, you're welcome once again, our online viewers, to the 2 weeks intensive Forex trading hosted by the King FTP company. And I'm sure you are ready to receive loads of value today. Now, I want you to do something wherever you are. Get your pen and your biro, because you're going to be getting things this morning that is going to blow your mind. Azan from Turkey. Azan from Turkey. I see you, I see you. Now, if you're ready to make money, type money. Type money on the comment section. If you're ready to make money, type money on the comment section. I want to see the energy. Type money. If you're ready to make money, type money. Alright, I need energy this morning. Type money. You're ready to make money, type money. Let the energy be hot. Yeah, I can see. Money, money, money. Keep it rolling, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Now, like I said before, this is 2 weeks training. Today having to be the first day, tomorrow will continue, and then next week will be the grand finale for this training. And I want to assure you that you're going to get in value. Now, we at the King FTP company, every year, we try our best to host a free training once a year. Now, we are doing this training for people free, not because we like to do giveaway, no. We are doing this training for people to sensitize them about Forex trading. Because as a company, we have a vision to make sure that at least one person in every family is a Forex trader, which it can be achieved. So that's why we do this free training, because if we are to charge you, our minimum fee for a class or a session is $300. So we are doing this free so that we can sensitize the public about what Forex trading is. Now, the economy, wherever you are, you know that it's not smiling. I get you. And to increase your income as a person, as an individual, you need what is called high income skill, which Forex trading is also one of them. So this morning, even though it is free, get ready for value. Like I've said, get ready for value. We believe that your time is an investment and you'll be greatly rewarded for it. So let me see the energy again. You're ready to make money. Keep typing money. Keep typing money. Type money. Type money. Type money. Send the link to your friends. Send the link to your family. Let them join. Let them join. Let them come and learn. Let them come and learn. Now, I also like to say this, that success is a journey. Now, type on the group, say success is a journey. Type it. Say success is a journey. Type it in the comment section. Success is a journey. Success is a journey. Awesome, awesome. I'm seeing it. Type it. Success is a journey. Now, and on that journey, there are pathways to that journey. The journey to success has a pathway. And if you are hungry for success, especially when it comes to finance, if you are hungry to be successful financially, one of the routes, one of the pathways that you must make sure you pass is the pathway of learning. The pathway of learning. Because what you know determines how far and how fast you can go on the journey of success. What you know determines how far and how fast you can go on the journey of success. So if you are hungry for success, one of the journey or one of the pathway that you must pass is the pathway of learning. Now, when you pick the word learn, you find out it's spelled L-E-A-R-N. Can you type it on the comment section? L-E-A-R-N. Somebody type learn. Learn in the comment section. Say learn. L-E-A-R-N. L-E-A-R-N. I can see it. Yeah, awesome. L-E-A-R-N in the comment section. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Let it come. Let it come. Keep it coming. L-E-A-R-N. Now, when you look at that word and then you remove the first letter, what do you get? When you remove the first letter, what do you get? Awesome, awesome. When you remove the first letter, you get N. Now, what does it mean is that when you learn, when you pay attention to learning, when you give your mind to learning, it will get to a point that that L will be erased and you will surely start earning. But we see majority of people, they just want to learn, especially when it comes to this space of Forex trading. They don't want to learn. You will see few people in Forex trading, but you see a lot of them in signal groups. You see few people in Forex trading, but you see a lot of them in channels. So in order for you to earn, you must learn. For you to earn, you must learn. And I believe that is why you are here this morning, to learn. to learn. If you are here to learn this one, type I am here to learn. Type it, I am here to learn. I am here to learn. I am here to learn. Awesome, awesome. Alright, before I bring our first trainer this morning, I would like to give this announcement to us. If you are not following King FTP channel, you are doing something very wrong. If you are not following the King FTP Telegram channel, the Telegram channel has over 45,000 subscribers. If you are not there, I don't know where you are. If you are not there, I don't know where you are. I'm going to send the link right now. So if you are not on the channel, you can join, because on the channel we post impactful content, Forex related. We post impactful Forex related content, and every day we are always active. Every day we are always active. So this is a community where you need to be. You need to be in this community. And if you are here to follow this YouTube account, make sure you give a follow. Subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, so that you can always see, more posts and content from King FTP. Make sure you do that now. Do that now. Do that now. Do that now. All right. Also, here we have some physical people present in here with us. Can you, say hi to the online people? Everyone say hi to the online people. Yeah. So I'm going to be sharing the link now for you to join the channel. If you're not on the channel, join the channel. Because we'll be starting in the next 1 minute. We're going to the first session now in the next 1 minute. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's get to 300. Let's get to 300. We are 232 right now. Share it, share it, share it. Let's get to 300. Let's get to 300. I need energy here. I need energy here. I need energy here. Let's get to 300. So if you're just joining, just type in your name and where you are watching from, where you are streaming from. Type in your name, where you are streaming from. If you're just joining, type in your name and where you are streaming from. In the next 1 minute, let's get to 300, then we start. Let's get to 300. We are 236 right now. We need about 60 something people, 64 people to join us, and then we move. What you're going to be getting today, I'm sure is going to blow your mind. Yeah, because there are things that you will not see anywhere. And I can tell you that for free. You are not going to see it anywhere. So share it to people. Don't be selfish. Share it to people. Share it to people. To be successful, you have to be selfless. Share it to people. Share it to people. Share it to people. 234. Let's get to 300. Alright, right now we're going into the first session. I hope you are with your pen and your book to learn at the very moment. So let's bring up our first trainer, King FTP. Let me see your favorite emoji on the comment section. Type in your favorite emoji. Type in your favorite emoji. I won't bring him in if you don't type in your favorite emoji. Type. Give me that energy. Give me that energy. Give me that energy. I need energy here. Give me that energy. Yeah. Give me that energy. Yeah. I'll bring him up if I see much more energy. Okay, we are 278 right now. We have about less than 30. Then we hit 300. More energy. All right, over to you, King FTP.
Okay, guys. Very good morning or good afternoon or good evening from anywhere you're watching from. Actually, today is going to be a very awesome day. A very awesome day. We're going to be talking about Forex and some other aspects of Forex that you may not actually know. And this is going to be an awesome section. We're going to be having about 4 classes, 4 packed classes. So the 4 classes are as follows. We're going to be having one today, just like you're active right now. We're going to be having another one tomorrow. So if you watched today and you enjoyed today, try as much as possible not to miss tomorrow's class. Then we're going to be having another one next week, Monday and Tuesday. And after those classes, we are going to wrap up. So this particular section is for those people that you know about Forex but they want to learn more, or for those people that don't know anything about Forex. So it's beginner friendly. So if you have a neighbor, a friend, an enemy that has been disturbing your life and you feel like it's because the person is poor, that's why the person is disturbing your life, send in this link, let the person join the section so that the person can actually become more successful. You know, rich people don't fight themselves. It's poor people that actually have the time to start fighting. But when you are rich and everybody is successful, there's a tendency for you guys not to have any issue at all. So this class is going to be awesome, trust me. And if you are joining from anywhere, make sure that you are active, okay? I know some people, the reason why we put the time at 12 p.m. is because of the fact that people are coming from different aspects of the different aspects of the world. So we don't want it to just be restricted. We want to make sure that there's a middle ground between everything, so that people are coming from the east, the west, the north, the south, from anywhere you're coming from, it's easy for you to get access to this particular section live. Now, even though it's going to be uploaded, to YouTube, please try to be active. The reason why it's going to be the reason why it is very important for you to be active physically is because there are some things that you get when you're watching someone live, and there's some questions that you can easily send and I will easily reply to on the live session. But when you're watching something that is recorded, you just have to watch it and you have to send your comments. And yes, I may likely pick the comments and reply, but the probability of you getting an instant response is when you are on the live session. Okay, so here with me we have physical students that are actually going to be learning what we are going to be talking about today. It's supposed to just be a physical stuff, but I wanted it to not just be restricted to the people that are within me. Let's extend it to other people. Now, if you notice it, we have over 45,000 people on our Telegram channel right now. We have over 70,000 followers on Instagram, and across all platforms we have over 200,000 followers. Now, the only thing is, you will notice that only a few number of people take learning very serious. And that's why I knew that, regardless of the fact that we want to make it free, we know that there are still some people that may not want to join. So we just said, okay, let's just push it out to everybody and let everybody have access to it. So if you are joining this live, kudos to you. It means that you want to be successful. Some people are even working right now. They are currently in their offices, in their place of work, but yet they still took time to see how they can be listening to us. It means you guys take it as a priority. Okay, so that is why we are going to be hosting it now. So today we're going to be talking about what is Forex. What is Forex? Like I said, this session is going to be beginners friendly. Apart from the fact that it's going to be beginners friendly, we are also making sure that the people that are in Forex that want to become successful are also going to get something out of it. Okay? So what is Forex? What is Forex? Forex is an abbreviation of the main word foreign exchange. It's just an abbreviation, okay? And it's like the exchange of one currency for another currency. But what people don't tell you in depth is that Forex in itself was created not for everybody to make money, and that's the truth. Forex was not created for you and I to make money. Forex was just a form of Forex is just like a form of regulatory program where when money is entered, there's an equilibrium balance rate in the market. That's why if you see somebody making money, somebody else is making loss somewhere. So Forex was not actually made for everybody to make money. Forex was actually made as just like how we have different policies. Yeah, with like a monetary policy. That's just like a monetary policies in a way. Why? So that there can be a balance in the market. Now, if there was no Forex, what would have happened? There is something we call inflation. I studied economics in the Federal University of Kenya. There's something called inflation. Inflation is the persistent rise in price. Persistent rise in price. Now, when there is a persistent rise in price persistent rise in the fact that there's too much money over anything available, like produce or anything that we can actually spend money on. Now, when there is too much money in circulation, that causes inflation. And because of this, right? Because of the fact that there's too much money in circulation, there's a probability that everything gets so expensive. Now, if there was no Forex at all, let's assume there was nothing like Forex, everybody could just wake up on money and just by using a universal currency or something, then there's a probability that some people hold high amount of money. And when you hold high amount of money, just imagine if everybody in this room, as we're sitting right here, has $1 million, and everybody around has over $1 million. There's a probability that when you want to buy a water bottle or you want to buy water like this, it's going to be so expensive. Why? Because everybody has money. So what do Forex do? Forex is like, this is the amount of people that are buying a particular commodity at a time, or this is what's happening in this particular currency crossing another currency. Now, before the inception or before this current period that we are right now, right, there was actually a old way at which people were practicing the foreign exchange. Now, what was this old way at which you were practicing foreign exchange? We were practicing foreign exchange through traveling from one country to another country. That was where Forex in itself came from. Before you can actually travel to any country, let's assume if you are a Nigerian, you want to go to the United States of America. Before you can travel from Nigeria to the United States of America, you cannot spend Naira in the US. So what do? You get to dollar. Now let's assume dollar is $1 is equals to 1 naira. Is an assumption, okay? When you have 10 naira, it means you have $10. When you travel abroad, people now expect either a devaluation or an appreciation. A devaluation or a appreciation in the currency that they are holding. Now let's assume I wanted to travel to the United States of America and I change 1 million naira. It's also equals to $1 million. Then on getting to the United States of America, something unfortunate happened in Nigeria, where we had maybe a bomb blast or something. Now it's an assumption, like I said. Now, what do you think will happen? There's going to be a decrease in the value of the naira. Why? Because the economy of the naira has had a major hit. So people, investors, a lot of things will happen. People don't want to invest in naira anymore. People don't see it as a safe ground because something critical is happening. So what will happen? because of the devaluation of naira, there's not going to be an increase in the value of dollar. So dollar to naira can now increase maybe 3x. Let's assume the 1 million naira that was equal to $1 million is now 1 million naira equal to 1 million naira is now about $3 million. Why? Because of there has been a unfortunate event that happened. Now, people do this often instead of making money, and that's how some of these terrorists make money. Now, what do I mean by that? Some terrorists can, you have stories of where somebody just blew a particular company just because they want to tank the stock. Now, if they tank the stock, if they attack the company, there's a probability that the stock is going to drop. Bad advertisements drop stock. So all those kind of things, affect the market. So then people were taking advantage of the fact that you can travel to another country and do this and do that. They were changing money that way until technology started coming in. And now we are at the current stage where all you just need is your phone. You just need to have a phone, have some apps on your phone, and you are good to go. You can actually stay in your house and be in New York session. You can actually stay in your house and be in London session. You can actually be in your house and be in Asian session. These are the type of sections at which we trade in the Forex industry. You can be at home and still be making money online through trading between two currencies. Now, talking about this, let's go to the correlation between inflation and Forex in itself. The correlation between inflation and Forex in itself. Now, how does Forex correlate with inflation? Now, I said it before that inflation is when there's a persistent rise in price. Okay, so Forex in itself, like I said, is like a regulatory body. If there was no Forex, there's going to be an issue. There's going to be a lot of issues. And when one of my friends told me, I was like, Forex is going to, there's going to be a time where there's not going to be Forex again. I said, the only time where there's not going to be Forex again is if all the countries in the world decide to use one currency, which is almost impossible. Because every country has their own currency. We have the pounds, we have the US dollar, we have the Canada dollar, we have the Australian dollar, we have different kind of dollars. So the correlation between Forex and inflation is that it helps, Forex helps reduce inflation in the market. Now, that is what now brings us into another aspect of Forex. There are different aspects of Forex. But before you can make money from Forex in itself, you need to know about the type of analysis we have in Forex. Now, from type of analysis, then you now start understanding liquidity in Forex. Now, before I talk about the type of analysis, I want to say something. If you are watching me today and you don't know anything about liquidity, there is a tendency for you not to actually go far in trading, for you not to be able to make money too much in trading. Now, I understand that there is a old method of way you can trade. There are ways at which you can trade. There are easy ways at which you can trade. And also, I'm also a fan of the fact and the notion that says, if it is not simple, then you can't make money. If it's not simple for you to understand, you can't make money. Okay? So, I'm not really a fan of all this too much grammar when it comes to trading. You have to make it so simple, right? For you to be able to make money. But then, in as much as you need to be making it simple, you need to understand basics, which is the liquidity aspect of trading. Now, I'm not going to go into liquidity today. It may be tomorrow, it may even be the next third class, but I will say something. Liquidity is the ground base of Forex in today's market. Why? Because liquidity is money. No need to complicate the whole issue. When we're talking about liquidity, people will say, oh, this guy is talking about liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is money. You understand? Liquidity is money. So if you can know where there is a high inflow of money, you will know that, because I have said that Forex in itself today is like a regulatory program. You will know that because there's a high inflow of money in that place, there's a tendency for price to go there and clear that region. Because If every of us in this room is making money every day and we're not losing, if everybody like this in this room is making money and we're not losing any money at all, you know, it means that there's going to be too much money in circulation and it will go to inflation. So you can see the correlation now. So Forex itself cannot make you to be making money every day. Yes, there are few people that have actually gone 100% win rate in 3 months, 4 months, but it is rare for you to see 100% win rates in a year if you are a day trader and trading consistently. So if you can understand liquidity, it puts you at an edge for you to be able to start making money, because liquidity is money. If you know where there is less amount of money in the market, you know that if you are in the market, you are safe. But if you know that, oh, let's assume you are buying and a lot of people are buying, you saw the liquidity that is inside the market that people are buying, and you and I know that we are retail traders. Retail traders means that they are traders that, you know, we trade using MT5, we trade using brokers. A brokerage is just like how we have our banks. Yes, a brokerage is like an intermediary between you and the main source of the market itself. So if you are still trading under using a brokerage, because we cannot connect ourselves to the main source of the market. Why? Because we need huge capital to be able to do that. There was a time where if you don't have up to $10,000, you cannot trade Forex. But now these brokers came in, they put in their own huge amount of money, they serve as a middleman and made us to start putting our $10, $50, $1,000, $100,000, $1 million. Okay, that is why whenever you see somebody online that says he's trading $50 million on an MT5, it's kind of fishy. Trading $50 million on a broker is kind of fishy, because that kind of money can go directly to its source. Okay, so moving on. Today we will likely take the trade. You can see here, this is the Forex market in itself. We may likely take a trade. We may not take a trade, but we might also take a trade. Okay, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of Forex? Okay, thank you very much. My videographer is trying his best. It's not easy. Okay, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of Forex? Well, I've been able to establish what Forex is, and I've said Forex is just the exchange of one currency for another currency. You know, that's foreign exchange. Don't need to complicate the whole matter. Okay, and also I've been able to talk about what inflation is, and also I've been able to correlate inflation, Forex, and liquidity. And I said it again for those people that are just joining. If you're just joining, I said it again that inflation, in its sense, and liquidity, right? They go all hand in hand. If there's too much money in the market, if there's too much people making too much money in the market, there's a high tendency that inflation is going to set in, and no economy is going to allow that to happen. That is why whenever a newbie is making losses, I will just tell you the liquidity in the market. And that's the truth. If you add liquidity in the market, that's why you're making losses. So it takes time, but I used to say that if you can be consistent enough, you make good money from the market. Now, advantages and disadvantages of trading Forex. I like starting with a disadvantage. Now, the reason why I like starting with disadvantage is so that you know what you are coming into before you go into the Forex market. Now, the disadvantage of trading Forex is that number one, you can go broke. Like, not broke, you can go poor. People think that Forex is an easy stuff. It's not easy. You can literally go poor. That is why I rarely advise rich men to go into Forex. I advise rich men to invest into people that are into Forex. To invest into people rather than investing in Forex itself by themselves. Now, the reason is because Forex is all psychological. You cannot expect somebody that has been in the market for 5 years, 10 years, and you guys just starting in 5 days. If you have a lot of money, let's assume your net worth is $1 million or $100 million. I can bet it to you, if you decide to take Forex as your sole means of income, you can go to zero from $100 million. It is that crazy. So if you are a very successful person and you're watching this particular video, invest in people that you trust. Now, how do you invest in people that you trust? I'm saying this disadvantage first before I now move into advantages. How do you invest in people that you trust? One, you check a track record. Ask for track records. Personally, I don't do investments. And the reason why I don't do investments is not as if I cannot trade, but because of the pressure that comes with investment. But let's assume I have a client that wants to do investments, and the person is saying, "Oh, King, I want to offer you $5 million now, and I want you to trade for me." I've not had an offer of $1 million. That's why I'm not doing investment. I'm sure if I had an offer of $1 million, maybe I'll consider doing investment. You know, if the person says, "Oh, I want to trade $5 million right now," the person is not just going to give me that money. The person needs a track record. I have to prove to this person that I am a trader. Okay? So for rich people, don't just say, okay, you can learn. It's good to learn so that at least you know if the person that's trading your account is doing the right thing. Okay? But make sure that you get a professional to be with you. So from checking the track records, after you check the track records, make sure you trust the person. You know that it's somebody you can trust. Do your findings, and from there you start moving on. Okay? So, but if you know you are not yet as successful as you want to be, let's assume your net worth is never up to $100,000, or your net worth is $1 million, and you want to move from $1 million into something more, Forex is for you. Forex is for you. Okay? So, now let's go down to the other disadvantages. Forex can make you poor, like I said. So, outline that Forex can make you poor if you're not careful. The second thing that Forex will do to you, it can make you mentally unstable. It can make you mentally unstable, and that's a fact. You know, the reason why Forex can make you mentally unstable is because of this. Let's assume you wanted to start trading and you started with all your capital. Some people are foolish enough to start to do that actually. Let's assume you have $100,000, and the first thing that comes to your mind is you want to double your $100,000 and you funded the whole $100,000. That's a foolish act. But some people do it. Imagine if that $100,000 was your life money and you grew it to that point and you blew it. Now, what do you think is going to happen to you? You start imagining what you could have used the money for. What's happening to your brain is depreciating. It's getting to a point where all you are seeing is how to kill yourself. You're seeing depression. You're seeing bad. Everything is just worse and bad. You will not know when your brain is even touching you. You just start talking to yourself. These are signs and symptoms of unstable person, and it has happened to a lot of people. I'm being sincere right now. I've met people that they can't even look at me again to talk well. They just say, bro. That is what Forex can actually do to you if you're not careful. So that's the disadvantage. The third disadvantage of trading Forex is that it gives you little to no time with your family if you are not profitable. You know, people used to say, "Oh, if you want to trade Forex, you're not going to be trading 9 to 5. I'm escaping 9 to 5. If you're not careful, 24 hours will not be enough in a day if you are trading Forex." And that's the truth. It makes you not to have close relationship with your family when you're not profitable. If you're profitable, the reverse is the case. But for now, you're not being profitable, you may not have enough time with family. Number 4, Forex in itself can make you lose friendships. People that love you, people that care about you. Because you are trading and because you're not having their time anymore, there's a tendency for them not to be with you anymore. They tend to leave you alone. People try to, be on their own from there. So friendship first can actually take you away from having good friends when you're not profitable. Now, all these things I'm saying right now is not to make you scared, right? Some of the things I actually experienced them. There was a time when I was trading, right, and I lost 70% of my friends. Like all the people I was talking with, I could not talk with them anymore because if they send me a message, I'm not replying. I'm thinking of the losses that are in my head. I just made the loss now. So the courage to even reply people, I don't have anymore. So I lost a lot of interest in a lot of things. I could not go out to have fun. I stopped mingling with people. You know, people will call me, I don't pick calls anymore, and many other things were happening. Why? Because I was not profitable. You know, so all these things are the disadvantages of Forex. Now let's now dive into the advantages of Forex. I've said this as a disadvantage. Let's now talk about the good part of Forex. Number one, it gives you freedom. Remember I said Forex doesn't give you freedom. Forex doesn't give you 24 hours. It can even make you to work in 24 hours. Trust me, Forex gives you freedom when you're profitable. For example, today now I decided that I wanted to host this class. I can decide I don't want to host tomorrow and there's something that's going to happen. I can decide I don't want to be in the country today. I want to be in another country tomorrow. I decide whatever I want at a particular period of time. And that is the truth. Forex gives you the kind of liberty that any other business cannot do. If you are a 9-to-5 worker, you have to show up every day at your work. You don't have to, you can't give excuse. Even if you give excuse for a day, 2 days, 1 week, you must come back to work on the second week except you want to lose your job. But you see Forex, it gives you freedom. Number two, Forex gives you good time with your family. Remember I said it can also bring your family. But if you are somebody that plans ahead, like me, you have done a lot of planning, you have prepared yourself for the future. When you have families, it makes your family have bond. Why? Because you spend more time with your family. Forex, unlike other professions, you stay at home. You can decide to today you're with your wife, you want to travel out of the country. You start a business with your wife, or your wife is the one that's trading for it. She has a lot of time in her hands when she's profitable. And profitability doesn't mean you are trading every day. That's a mistake people make. You don't need to trade every day to become profitable. You need to just trade to become profitable. So you can trade this week and make all the money you're supposed to make in the next 3 months and be contented with it. And you are free. And you're still a trader, but you're not trading every day. And that's the truth. So Forex gives you freedom. Forex builds quality relationship with your family. You have quality time with your kids. A lot of people today in the modern age, they don't even know what their kids are up to. That's why we have different kind of things, and I don't want to talk about some of the negative aspects of not being able to be there for your family. There are a lot of things going on right now. We have kids doing things that their parents do not like. You know, reason because their parents were not actually there when they were training. The mother is working, the father is working, the child is always coming back to an empty home. So there is no love between he or she is not seeing the love between his father and mother. So how do you expect a child to reciprocate that kind of love outside? So it gets so hard to train children, you know. But when you are training Forex, you have time with your kids. You can actually know what your kids like. You can know the kind of dream your kids have. Some people don't even know that their child is supposed to be the next Messi or Ronaldo. Why? Because they are not at home to even witness his talent. And whenever they are at home and the child does some stunts, they start shouting at the child and they may even scold the child. Why? Because they don't have time to study that child. So, but when you are trading Forex, it shows you everything. You can be able to have quality relationship with your kids. Number three, Forex makes you financially free. Now, I used to tell people, this training that we are training right now, there are some things I'm going to be sharing with you guys. One of the things I'm going to be sharing is how to, after making money, what to invest your money into. Because making money is not just the thing. You have to make money, you have to be able to retain money, and you have to be able to grow money. You can make money from Forex today and you lose it tomorrow. But when you make money and you have a plan to be able to retain money, it then makes you financially successful. So Forex is like a benchmark, it's like a support for you to become more successful. Let's assume I take a trade and like last month I did a $300, $30,000. It was a trade. I took it, I think, in 2 weeks after I was able to complete the stuff. Now, the money was invested into another thing, and that is the thing. You can use the Forex money that you make to be able to invest in other businesses, and you don't even need to be in that business every time. You just need people to be able to manage that business for you, and that's the truth. Okay? Another thing that Forex can do to you is build quality relationship. Remember I said that Forex doesn't give you relationship. Why? Because you are broke, and people doesn't want to relate to people that are broke. But when you are very successful, people tend to visit you. People tend to reach out to you. Quality people start to notice you. They see, oh, this guy is a profitable trader, and they want to have a relationship with you. And that will expand and bring good relationship, and also pave way for you to be able to do other things for yourself. Okay, so these are the advantages of Forex, and I believe that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Now, I should say something, right? If you are somebody that doesn't even have anything, you are better than somebody that has something. Now, it sounds weird, but it's true. Let's assume you have nothing, then you have little to nothing to lose. But if you have something, you have something to lose. And if, for example, you have $50,000, that's something, and somebody that has zero, the person that has zero, right, can decide to looking for free YouTube content, learning, and eventually if funds is $10 and take $10 to $100. He withdraws, he eats. And you have $50,000. Because you have $50,000, you first use $5,000 to pay for mentorship, or $1,000 to pay for mentorship, or $300 to pay for mentorship. And after you pay for the mentorship, you fund $1,000 and you blow it. You fund another $1,000, you blow it. You fund $3,000, you blow it. And then by the time you blow, you have lost maybe $45,000 and you quit Forex. You have something to lose. But if you don't have anything to lose, it's easier for you. Now, for those people that have something to lose, that's why planning is important. You have to plan your way if you want to become successful in trading. Now, to the hard question of the day, should everybody trade Forex? Should everybody trade? If you are in the comment section today, try to type it, should everybody trade Forex? Like, should you trade Forex? Now, the answer is no. It's a bitter truth, and in as much as it's bitter, it's the truth. Not everybody should trade Forex. I have a goal. My goal is to make sure that at least one person in a family is a financial expert in Forex markets. Now, one doesn't mean everybody. Now, I used to see people say, oh, Liquidity, that means if you start having kids, your child will be an expert in trading. I don't think I can subject my child into that emotional trauma, because that time my child is, these benefits children that they're coming into the world where a lot of things already happening. There's money already. So if you are a benefit child coming into where there's money, there's a very high tendency that you will start losing that money because of psychology. No matter how professional you are, if trading was only skills, everybody would have been successful. Trading is all about the mind. So if that child, now I don't think I want to put my child in a situation where after I give him maybe $10 million or $20 million as his benefits fund, eventually, or trust fund, then now gets money. Now start funding $1 million. $1 million. I don't think I want to subject. My child will know how to trade, yes, but I'm not going to force him to start trading. Now, Forex is not meant for everybody. If you know that you easily get angry, don't trade Forex. That's the truth. If you know that, somebody is talking to you and you roll your eyes and you can't accept what the person is saying, don't trade Forex. Because the moment you start trading, you can just start smashing your laptop every day. Today you break phone, tomorrow you break laptop, next tomorrow you break your plates and everything. Why? Because you don't have emotional control. If you know that everybody is depending on you and everybody that is depending on you are financially sustainable, like they have money, don't trade Forex. Now, what do I mean by that? There's some families that everybody's successful. The reason why they're depending on you is because maybe you are the first child, or you're a child that has a lot of responsibility. You must always keep a good reputation. The moment you enter Forex, there are a lot of things that can happen at that moment. So personally, if I'm to advise you, you don't need to trade Forex, because at least you're well to do. Get a professional that can help you handle your financial portfolio. If you are somebody, right, that you get overexcited, you need to watch out too. But if you know that you're somebody that can learn, you're somebody that can you know, no matter the kind of things that you're going through, you can be able to still be under control. Then you can trade Forex. There are many traders that are very renowned, popular. They are going through hell. And that's the truth. They have made a lot of losses. They have lost a lot of customers, clients, accounts, and they don't even tell you. But the reason why they are still going and being consistent is because they know how to control their emotions. If you know you are poor, trade Forex. If you know you are not financially where you want to be, trade Forex. If you know you are at a point where you have money but you want more, trade Forex. Okay? So that's it. And I forgot to add one thing. One of the advantages of Forex that can actually help you is that Forex makes you a better person in the long run. Now, there are some attributes that I know that I had before that I don't have now. And I know the only reason why I don't have those attributes and I don't have those character is because I'm a trader. There are some things I don't just do. I don't just act irrationally. I have to act sensibly. Why? Because I was conditioned that way. There was once a time in my life where if I found an account, I remember one time I lost over 100 profits. And do you know what used to make me lose them? Whenever I pass a phase 1, I pass phase 2, sometimes get to life stage, and I'm in a drawdown for so long. Let's assume I'm in a drawdown for 1 month. And I just keep being in that drawdown. What do you think will happen? One day I'll just open lot size and I'll blow the account because of anger. I'm like, why will I still be in this particular position now? And many people are going through that right now. So aggressive and impulsive trading. Okay? So not everybody should trade Forex, but there are certain persons that should trade Forex. If you are part of those persons, then you are going to be successful. Now, moving on, we have known what Forex is. I'm going to talk about the last thing, and I'll just share you one strategy, and then we're done for this particular session. Okay, the last thing is analysis, types of analysis. But before we go to that one, let's talk about analysis in itself. Now, what is analysis? Analysis is you knowing what to do when you want to trade, like a projection, just like how they predict, like a prediction or something of what you want to do before you trade. There are different types of analysis. We have 3 major types of analysis. We have the sentimental analysis, we have the technical analysis, and we have the fundamental analysis. Now, there was a question that was thrown across and was like, is Forex gambling? I'd like to address that from my own point of view. Forex is not gambling. That's my point of view. But there are Forex gamblers. There are 2 different things. Forex is not gambling, but there are Forex gamblers. Now, sorry, they're distracting me. So sorry about that. So like I was saying, Forex is not gambling, but they are Forex gamblers. Now what do I mean by that? There are people who don't really know anything about trading, and all they just believe is buy or sell. If they just enter the market, they just want to trade. Let's just buy, let's just sell, let's just buy, let's just sell. Those people are gamblers. And that is why, and that is where sentimental analysis comes in. Now, a sentiment analysis is just an analysis where you trade based on what you believe should happen. You're not trading based on the facts from the market. You're trading based on your beliefs. Just like how we have football. Some footballers, right, they trade based on maybe facts, while the majority of the footballers trade based on beliefs. Oh, I believe that Man U should beat Chelsea, and that's why I'm taking a bet on Man U. I believe that Chelsea should beat Man U, and that's why I'm taking a bet on Chelsea. This is a gamble, okay? Because if we are to categorize Forex as gambling, then we can say that is life in itself. is a gamble, because coming to this place, when I wanted to come to this place, I have to drive. So coming to this place with driving, I knew that there is a small slim chance of having an accident, right? But I also knew that the probability of me having an accident is low. The probability of me having an accident is low, okay? And that was why I was able to now start, that's why I was able to drive and come here safely. Same thing with trading. There are some people that are so good at trading to the point that they know a probability of them blowing an account is low. And if you know your probability of blowing an account is low, then you know that it's a risk, but not gamble. But type of analysis, we have sentimental analysis, and I've explained what sentimental analysis is. The next is the fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis deals with the futuristic aspect of the market. Now, what do I mean by futuristic aspect of the market? Futuristic aspect of the market is where we have the news. Let's assume Donald Trump says something now. It's whatever word he says will actually affect the currency dollar, and that's also true. In our country, Nigeria, here, when the current president was about to give his first speech, one of the words he said was that there is no more subsidy. Now, that word that he said at the first day of him entering the office actually destabilized the currency at first, because a lot of people started pulling out their investments, and boom, the value of naira depreciated, went from $400 naira per dollar, or 500 naira per dollar, 600 naira per dollar, to $1,700 naira per dollar, just because of one word. One word depreciated the currency of naira. Okay, so, and this actually happens often. We have the federal chairman, Fed Powell of Reserves in the United States. Whenever we have FOMC and it comes out to just make any statement at all, whether it says good morning, good afternoon, it affects the market. If it was in an angry mood, it can affect the market. If he's smiling, it affects the market. Whatever expression he gives affects the market. That's how powerful fundamental is. That's the futuristic aspect of the analysis of the market. Now, we now have the technical analysis. This is where I come in. This is my own particular field. Technical analysis is the using the historical aspect of the market to predict what's going to happen in the present market. Historical aspect of the market to predict what's going to happen in the current market. We have different kind of strategies. We have the I'm actually checking the market too, so that I can be able to take a trade. I think let's adjust the camera to the offside so that people can actually see what I am doing there. Sorry, it's going to adjust the camera right now. So, we're currently seeing a key zone in the market. So, technical analysis deals with the historical aspects of the. Should I come to the video?
Yes, come like this.
Okay.
Sure. Exactly.
Is it showing?
Me too.
Okay. So I want to see how the next candlestick is going to form. So that will determine if I am to take a sell on this particular trade. I'm expecting to take a sell for a while, at least for price to get to this particular zone. Okay. So if I'm to take a sell, as always, I suppose at entry level. So if you are seeing me for the first time, go to my Telegram channel, King FTP Forex, and join the channel. I post at entry level, post for free actually. So I'm expecting price to give a positive reaction here for a sell, and then we take the sell to this point here. So that's the thing. As I was saying, type of analysis. So the third type of analysis is technical analysis, and that is where majority of the traders are. They look at the history of the market and they try to follow the history of the market. Okay, now let me teach you guys one strategy before we end today. So after I teach you guys this strategy, my PA is going to come up and is going to talk about how the program is going to go and how you can actually join the next class. Okay, now the strategy I want to teach you guys, right, is a very basic and simple strategy. It happens many times in the market, but doesn't happen every time in the market. Okay, so let me just do this. The strategy is obviously going to be on gold. Reason because gold is the only pair that I can literally trade. Okay, so now the strategy deals with key levels in the market. Key levels in the market. Now, as you can see here on the screen, you can notice that there is always going to be a time in the market where price will react on the same level every time. Now, that was where the whole analogy of head and shoulder came in. Okay, it's just pure key level. There's no head and shoulder that you draw today that doesn't have the historical data for the past. Let me show you how this buy came. I caught part of this buy. I caught this buy from here to this point. I closed out on this point here. I took in a sell at this level, at this point here. I'm going to be showing you why I took the buy, why I took the sell, but I didn't catch this particular buy. I took a sell and I just thought that I was expecting price to come down to this point, but I did not see some things. Now I'm going to be drawing the key levels and I'll show you what the key level implies. Like I said, if the strategy is not simple, then you're not going to make profit from it, okay? But it just needs to be very simple. Now let me draw some key zones in the market. Why we had the buys, why I took the sells, and the likes. Okay, good. Now, what do you guys notice? You notice that for every time, this is a 1 hour time frame by the way, for every time price gets here, this is the first touch here, price went high. It got to a point, obviously, I could have not taken a buy from here, and I could have not taken a sell from here. Why? Because even though it has historical data, because if I'm to draw this from here, you will notice that for every time price gets to this kind of point, let me even draw it back a bit so that you can see it. Good. What do you notice? For every time price gets inside this blue mark, it gives a reaction. Now, reaction doesn't mean an entry. A reaction shows that price can likely move from that aspect. Now, if I am to enter a trade, how do I enter? Wait for a positive reaction. Now, this particular zone here, price got here, but price did not wick out of this point. So, if I wanted to not enter this place, what would have happened? If price closed below this zone, right? Like it closed below this zone, I would have not entered it at all. Why? Because I believe that if price closed below it, then there's a tendency that price is going to continue going down. So instead, If price is still inside this zone and it's giving positive reactions, then I'm going to buy. The second thing is going to a lower time frame and finding something that works. Now, like I said, today we're not going to go to lower time frame. I'm just going to be teaching you guys the surface, which is the higher time frame own. Because if you don't know the higher time frame, you can never know what's going to be going on in the lower time frame. So the first, wait for a reaction. If you notice it from here, whenever price, you can see it close below this point, so I'm not going to even look at buying. Okay, if it close below this point, I'm not going to look at buying. But if it close below it and goes back and reacts down again, I'm going to look at selling. Okay, let's look at it together. It closed below this point here. I'm not going to look at buying, even though it bought massively. I'm not going to look at buying here. It closed below this point. I'm not going to look at buying here. But when it closed, it went above, came back there again, and this time it did not close below it. I'll start looking at buying from this one. That is why you notice that my TP is majorly 1:3, 1:3, 1:3, not too much. It came back here again, closed below. It didn't close below it. Look at buying from here. Same thing like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. It closed below this point, but you can see when it closed below it, it didn't give a reaction to go back up. Unlike this one. Unlike this one. When it came down, it closed below it, it went down and went back there again. Gave a reaction for sell. I could have taken this sell down here. Why? It went broke and retest. These are simple methods to trade. Mind you, even though this is happening like this, I still go to lower time frames to go and look for reasons why to sell and reasons why to buy. So if the higher time frame is showing me a sell and the lower time frame is not showing me a sell, I'm not going to take a trade. And also, one of the reasons that gives confidence is if your trade is following market structure. Now, you will notice that for the past 6 months, market structure has just been ranging. Market has just been going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's why I can even teach you this strategy, this particular strategy. Because my own particular strategy, the first one that made us to go 19 weeks back to back when follows a normal trending market. Okay? But let's continue. Now, this was what you could have done if you wanted to take in this massive spike. Now, what do you notice? By the time price gets here, this is a head and shoulder pattern. Very simple strategy. All you need to do is price breaks below this point, touch this zone here. This is the same zone that we have marked. Reacted positively. I took this particular trade. Why? Because it did not break below it. Instead, it was reacting positively to the upside. So I took this trade and I closed when price got to this point. Why did I close when price got to this point? Because this is a key level. If I want to draw from right here, draw it close to this point here. I hope you guys are seeing this. If I want to draw from here to this point here, you will notice that there are zones in those areas. Okay. Now, why am I looking at sell from this point? This is a key level. When price was here, what happened? Price goes below this zone like this. When price came here, it went down. When it's above it, it's going up. When it's below it, it's going down. Like that, like that, like that. So it's the same thing happening here again. You can see, instead of it to close above it, it wicked above that zone. Let me show you. Not close. And this is my phone I'm supposed to use to trade. Okay. So if I'm to take this trade now, this is what I'm going to do. Which I am supposed to take the trade now, sir. Supposed to take this. No, it's not. That's not the account I'm supposed to use. I'm supposed to take this trade now. On my phone, this thing is here. I don't think it can do. Can you do?
Check below. Just to know.
Okay, sorry. I just had to. Okay, sorry. I just had to take this particular trade. Supposed to even post this on the short position is not holding. Otherwise I'll show you. But so the SL is going to be above this zone. I don't know why this is not just showing. So that's it, guys. Today, this is the basic thing I just taught you guys. Like I said, whenever price gets to a key level, that's when I look to sell. If it's on a key level for buys, I look to buy. If it's on a key level for sales, I look to sell. So that's the easy part of this particular strategy. There are other strategies. Before I started this, I've already done analysis on the lower time frame to see that okay, this is likely to sell. All I was waiting for is for price to get back to this zone and for me to now see if I can take this trade. So that's it, guys. I'm done. I'd like to invite the PA for this.
Alright guys, if you have gained value so far, type I've gained value. For our active viewer, have you gained value?
Yes, sir.
I'm not hearing your voice.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you gained value?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Alright, I want to ask a question. You know, here people spoke about the disadvantage of Forex, making you mentally, you know. So if you're a Forex trader, both the active people on site and people online, if you never crease, say hi. that is for the Nigerian people. For those, you know, in other part of the country, if you are still mentally stable, say hi. If you are If you are still mentally stable, you are a trader. And you are still mentally stable, say hi.
We are mentally stable.
Amen.
Alright. So once again, my name is Jeremiah Adeniji and I'm the personal assistant to King FTP. So we are bringing this first day of 4 days, 2 weeks training to a close. But before we bring it to a close, I want to make this announcement that this particular training was sponsored by Xnews. Now, Xnews is one of the fastest and most reliable broker here in Nigeria. Now, if you are trading from $10,000 to $1 million and you want to withdraw, the same process, you know, is still the same. So it takes less than 2 minutes for you to get your withdrawal, and they don't hold your money. You know, their spread is very, their spread is, you know, very, very minimal, and you'll be so proud, you know, to trade with them. So if you are not using that broker, I'm going to be sending a link right now so that you can register with the broker. I'll be sending a link right on the chat box so that you can register with the broker. So I've sent the link. Let me send the link. So I've sent the link. If you have not, you know, don't have an Xnews broker, make sure you register. And also, I want to, you know, tell to us the modality of tomorrow's training. Tomorrow's training will not be streamed on YouTube. Tomorrow's training will not be streamed on YouTube. So you need to register so that you can come into the closed room and get access to tomorrow's training. It's not going to be streamed publicly. So in order to participate in tomorrow's training, you need to register. I'll be sending a number right now that you can chat, WhatsApp, strictly WhatsApp. Please don't call, chat, and the registration link will be sent to you so you can register and be part of tomorrow's class. And just to let you know, in tomorrow's class there will be giveaways. In tomorrow's class there will be giveaways, so you don't want to miss it. So I'll be sending a number now that you can chat, strictly WhatsApp. Please do not call. Do not call, strictly WhatsApp. I'm sending a number right away. Please hold on. So I'll be sending the number right away so that you can chat on WhatsApp. Yeah, send the number. So chat the number on WhatsApp.
Send the comment section.
Yeah.
If you pin and check
Merci.
So we have come to the end of today's training. So make sure you follow us on all our social media handle, on Instagram at KingFTP, on Twitter at KingFTP, on YouTube. Also subscribe to the YouTube and on your notification button. Go to the notification bar icon and on it so that you can be notified and so that you can be notified for every new content that we posting, so that you don't miss out. So we have come to an end of today's training. So if you gain value again, type I gain value, type I gain value, type I gain value. You gain value today, type
Where's the number?
I gain value. Alright, I'm going to resend the number again.
On the comment section. But I don't see your number. Call the number, just call the number. Call the number. No, call out for them, call out for them.
Alright, the number is 091 plus 234 91 68 22 1285 plus 234 91 68 22 1285. Last time I'll call it again. Plus 234 91 68 22 1285. I've come to an end of today's trading. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, guys.